Welcome to BitBoy Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Yeah. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto. Guys, my name is Ben. Come to you live every single day, almost every day, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've been at a baseball tournament for my son's 10U travel team. Started out as a disaster, but we ended up winning the championship in our bracket, which was pretty fun. I was down in Savannah for the last couple of days. Now I am in New York City. See, there's a building. That's how you know it's New York City. But guys, I'm here at NFT.NYC. I was supposed to speak, but that's a big joke. NFT.NYC speaking is a joke. So 1,500 people signed up to speak at NFT.NYC. So your local cartoon avatar on Twitter who has 37 followers and made an NFT of a gas pump, like he's gonna give you some expert advice. But you know, it's a good conference here so far in terms of the people that I've met. Things have been going very well. Looking forward to you know, a big interview I'm going to be doing later today with Goertzel of Singularity DAO. They're behind the Sophia Robot. They also work with Cardano, which is something I want to talk about today here in just a few minutes. So it's a really exciting time, and I can tell you one thing I've noticed. There's two things that I've noticed here just in the day I've been here. Number one is that what we're seeing right now in crypto with NFTs, this is just like the ICO bubble. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, in 2017, when you had all these ICOs that started coming out, and of course, Ethereum was an ICO 2015, so it's not like 2017 brand new, but 95% of you know, ICOs came during 2017. There were so many that it's insane to even think about the number on CoinMarketCap. We look at, you know, there being 20,000 coins right now approximately. Well, back then, you know, most of these ICOs didn't even make it to CoinMarketCap. So there were probably close to 20 or 30,000 of those ICOs. That's just a rough number by me. But here's what happened. They all had great ideas. Everybody had great ideas. But the follow through, it wasn't necessarily great. We got these cool metaverses. Follow through so far has not been great. But does that mean that they're all failures? Well, no. Because if you look back at, you know, 2017, some of the biggest coins during the time were ICOs. You had Neo, which was formerly AntShares, got all the way up to the top 5. You had IOTA, was a big ICO during that time. And you had plenty more. They're escaping me now. Icon. You had all kinds of these coins that started out as ICOs. And what happened is over the next few years, these ICOs would turn into IDOs, or, you know, I insert random letter O. Now, what would that mean? Initial something offering. Now, initial DEX offering is IDO. The most popular one, if you look at the Binance Launchpad, had a lot of really cool projects that were launched on it. And so you have this 2017 move that really just became a giant cash grab for a lot of these coins and a lot of these people that were organizing, you know, organizing these sales. Well, what we saw is that few and far were going to make it. So what happened is they started these projects that wanted to launch. They started getting with reputable exchanges, and they started launching through those exchanges. And just by getting on the Binance Launchpad, for instance, you know, you had Cartesi, you had Matic, you know, Polygon, we know it today, but it was just Matic back then. You had all kinds of other projects on there. Some major ones that we have today that found out you got to stick with the people that win. And so what I'm really looking at right now in NFT.NYC is I'm really looking at who are these projects going to be that are going to be more than just a cash grab. They're going to start looking for other major Web3 players to be able to make sure that they're going to be successful. And that's the thing you need to keep your eye on. Another interesting thing, I know this is so fascinating. I got recognized so much out last night in the city. People were taking pictures and talking with me, and everybody's excited, which I was a little interested in, because the NFT crowd is not necessarily, you know, the BitBoy crypto crowd, right? Like we have NFT Alpha, we got our own NFT platform coming. We're really excited to start making more of a transition into that. But the NFT crowd has grown. There were people that came in from the NFT craze and then they stayed for crypto, which was quite interesting. But if you don't know this, when you're an influencer, I hate when people hate that word. When you're an influencer, we like to say we want to move from influence to impact here. But when you're an influencer in crypto and you have a pretty fair amount of power and people want that. People want that power. And what they want to do is they want to use you to accomplish some goal. And these are what I call the pitchers. So anytime I meet people in public, generally it goes one of two directions. They want to take pictures, they want to be friendly, they're fans of the show, they're in the community, whatever the case may be. Maybe they've never met a crypto YouTuber in person. It's kind of sounds dorky, but the other route they go is they pitch you something. They want to pitch you something. I have gotten more pitches in the last 24 hours than I've ever gotten before. And just so you guys know, we do no sponsor videos. We don't do anything like that. So we do no promotional videos. So it's really easy for me now. I just say, no, sorry, we just don't do that. It doesn't matter how, wish you success on what you're doing. But it's not because that right now everyone is like more greedy or slimy or whatever than they were before. That's not why almost every person I talk to has a pitch. It's because almost everybody here is involved in the space somehow. Much different than 2018. 2018, you would go to a conference, you'd have people that would be like, your tourists almost. They come to the conference, they see the people, they'd be excited, but they weren't really doing anything in crypto other than maybe, putting money into it. So the NFT space is much different. And this is really where Web3, separates itself, in my opinion, from the previous, iterations of crazes that we've seen in crypto. People are involved. They look for a place to work, a community to run. They believe in this for the long term. And that's why everybody's got a pitch in their back pocket because they all work for a crypto company or they're all starting to do their own crypto company. And I just thought that was really, really fascinating. This is a brand new thing that I've never experienced before, where almost every person I talk to, they have an angle. It is not that they're trying to angle me. It's not that they're like, we've just been waiting to get in front of him. It's that they're just so heavily involved in crypto that it's an easy transition for them to say, oh, by the way, real quick, I got this project, you should just check it out. Or, I work for this VC company, we could help you raise money. It's always something. It's because all the people that are here are involved in the space. And that's how things get bigger. That's how things grow. So a couple of things along with that. Price of Bitcoin coming in, $20,679. I probably should have led with that off the top of the show. We're possibly putting in some higher lows, maybe. A little bit more has still got to be seen. We did get a pretty nice bounce off of, $20,000 the other day. How low did it go? It actually went much lower than that. Went down to 17, it looks like, was low, somewhere around there. So we recovered pretty good from that. And that's a good thing if you're looking at the market. I hope you guys don't hear this weird noise. My bathroom just makes these weird noises in the middle of the night or middle of the morning here. So the thing is, when it comes to Bitcoin, we don't really know where things are going from a technical perspective. A lot of people out there are pushing this narrative that we bottomed. Did we bottom? I don't know. I got to say my heart says no. You'd be surprised how many people I talked to this week so far who really believe $10,000 is in the cards. This 10,366 number we've looked at, the 85% drawdown, they believe that is coming. And that's something quite interesting because 2 months ago, everybody said I was insane for even insinuating that was possible. But yet here we are. And on Coin or on Market Cipher, we're not showing a green dot, a large green dot on the weekly yet. We had one show up, it disappeared. That's something I'm watching very intently. I really believe when that comes, it's either the sign of one more flash crash or that's the bottom. So, definitely we want to see those technical indicators. I'll start to line up with, Market Cipher that we use heavily here on the channel. We need to get CryptoFace on, do a new Market Cipher tutorial video. I think he's got a code for you guys to use. We'll start looking into that probably when I get back, which, by the way, it's going to be a little crazy. I'm here in New York City today. I'm here till Friday. Next week, Disney vacation with the family. So I'm going to be trying to send in some videos next week for this. We got plenty of content for you guys, as always. This is really a good time where and look, we come to you live every single day at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as you guys know. But we're committed to that. But right now, just in the midst of several trips. And so, we're doing content a little bit differently right now. The live show will still continue, 99% of the time going forward. A little rough patch here. I know DZ's doing a great job filling in. Frank's doing a good job filling in. So we're really excited about that. But we're not taking a pause in this bear market. We're going forward. We got a lot more organized, scripted, informational, and education videos for you guys out than we've normally been doing, because this is it, guys. This is where you come get in. Like, this is where you get the education, you blast off to another level financially. That you got to get the education to set yourself up for the cycles going forward. I talked to a lot of people who, mentioned to me that, it's because of all the cycle videos I was talking about that they finally figured out the way the cycles work, and they were able to profit on it 2018, 2019, 2020, going forward. I don't know if anybody made any money in 2021 by the end of the year. But that's really where we're at with Bitcoin. Celsius. I do want to talk about Celsius, but I think I'm going to save that for tomorrow or Thursday. I have no idea what day of the week it is. Today's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday today? I think it's Wednesday. So maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, I'll talk about Celsius a little more in depth. I've got some stuff going on with attorneys in Celsius. I need to kind of tie up some loose ends so I can talk to you guys about what's going on with that. What I will tell you is, if you're in the Celsius community and you lost money, which if you're in the Celsius community, you probably lost money, we are going to be fighting on your behalf. We're going to be giving you tools to fight with. We're going to be connecting you with people who can help you. We'll talk a little bit more about where my Celsius lawsuit is going here in the short term. So I'm going to touch base with my attorney today, touch base with a few other folks, and then hopefully maybe by tomorrow, Friday, I'll be able to share a little bit more about that. But I want to talk about Cardano. Can we talk about Cardano for a minute? I have a stern warning for the Cardano community. You will no longer be known as Ada Gang. Let me tell you, these people hate being called the Ada Gang. They hate it. 90% of the Cardano community. Guys, Cardano community is too long of a hashtag. I hate to tell you that. It's too much. It takes up too much space in your tweets. And I just be honest with you, it sounds kind of lame. I like cool names. Cardano community, that's so bland. Come on, guys. I guess you can make an argument for that might be the way Charles would like it, but I definitely got some cool stuff. I'm actually meeting later today with one of the, I don't think he's the number one guy at IOG. I forgot what his title is, but he's in charge of IOG Input Output Global, in charge of the NFTs. I have his name here, but I can't find it. So having a meeting with him tonight, along with Justin Williams, who's going to be leading up our NFT platform. We're hoping there's going to be some synergy there when we do launch our platform with Cardano. That will be one of the initial chains that we are aiming to launch. CNFTs doing really great, but something happened over the weekend and over the last week, and I'll be honest with you, it's really pissed me off, and it's chapped me more than most things. Okay, beware of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Beware of a wolf in sheep's clothing. So a lot of you guys know I put out this thread last week on Twitter. You guys know I get accused of everything. I really do. I get accused of everything under the sun. And so it's one of these things that this is from Zach XBT. A lot of you guys have seen that thread. I've got questioned about it a lot of times. And so I really spent 5 or 6 hours, to be honest with you, writing a response to everything. I put it out on Twitter last week. And, the thing to keep in mind here is I've never done anything wrong in crypto. If I made some bad decisions, like I decided that I was going to promote a coin and then down the road, they lied to me and they said something was this way and it was really that way. And, they ended up scamming. Yes, that's happened. That happened a couple times. Said to have happened 7 times. We addressed the whole thread. Didn't really happen. But you have to go back to 2020 to find things where we really didn't make great decisions on what to promote. And that's the long and the short of it. I did not make great decisions on what coins I should promote as sponsored videos. I did not make great decisions on what non-promoted small altcoins I decided to cover. Most of them, they're down 98%, a lot of them, okay? That's not a situation I want to put my audience in. And, you could argue Celsius has put their people in a lot worse position. It seemed to be more trustworthy. But the fact is that I wish I could go back in time and make better decisions, I guess is a good way to say it. So you got to go back 2 years to find a place on this channel, really, where you can say, oh, look, he covered this coin and it was a scam. And guys, it bothers me a lot that during this DeFi summer play of 2020, that a lot of these coins, they did very well, and then they got crushed, and then some of them exit scammed. It sucks. But guys, it's 2 years ago. I never, ever knowingly, and I think this is the big difference here between me and some other folks out there that got in trouble back in 2017, for instance, is they knew they were promoting scams. They knew that. I'm optimistic. I'm glass half full kind of guy. And I really thought that a lot of these were going to do well. Same way I thought ICOs were going to do well in 2017. I think I had a little more growing to do as a crypto bandwagoner, and because of Bitcoin maximalists are so toxic, I do tend to believe that sometimes me accepting an altcoin being a potential great coin, sometimes it might be predicated on the fact that it's not Bitcoin. And I hate the Bitcoin maximalists, and I don't want them to win. And so there's this thing that says that over time, you always become a Bitcoin maximalist because you basically have a lot of different, you have a lot of different forces at play there. But the Bitcoin maximalists are saying all altcoins are crap, and you know that that's not true. And so you really start looking at, what does this coin do and who's behind it? And you learn over time that really Bitcoin's the only sure shot out there. And I think that Ethereum I also consider to be an almost sure shot. Cardano, XRP, a little more speculative, not really that much. But right now, I would just say that those are the only two I look at. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and, have no red flags on. I think they're going to be here. They're going to be around. I put Cardano, XRP right there on that next tier. But the fact is I do believe that Cardano is the number one smart contract platform with potential to compete with Ethereum. And I've said that for years on this channel. Do I think it'll beat Ethereum? I don't think so. I think Ethereum will stay number one. But if there's someone who's got a chance, it's Charles, and it is Cardano. Now, I want to get back to this. I want to get back to wolf in sheep's clothing. So there is an ambassador, a Cardano ambassador. I'm not going to say his name because it's a stupid name, but that's not the point. The fact is I don't want to give this guy any recognition for what he has done, okay? So basically when I released my interview with Charles over the last weekend, a lot of great responses. People were thrilled. They were over the moon with it. If you watch the interview, how could you not be? How could you not be? There's really nothing about the interview to pick apart. So when you hate someone and you're jealous that someone like me gets more attention and has more impact on the coin that you support than you do, even though you work on it 24/7. You're working on it all the time, trying to spread the word, but you just aren't very big and you're kind of bad with words. And so yet you have a hard time being able to, in your mind, rationalize how this guy who sits in front of a camera can be better at, hey.
Are you not checking out today?
No, I'm not checking out. I'm here till Friday.
Oh, Friday?
Yeah.
So what time is supposed to clean your room, sir?
In a couple hours. Making a video right now. Thank you. Have a great day. Cardano supporter, I'm sure. That's the behind the scenes here. You only get. So what happens is you hate that someone like me is able to be seen as a leader in the community. You don't even want to recognize. You don't even want to say that. You don't even want to say that. Which, by the way, gigantic Cardano event coming up. And guess what? They talked to me about being the keynote speaker. Why? Because I get a big voice. I love Cardano. Like, what is more? What more would you want? Do you want me to work in development for 37 years and then maybe I'll have the credibility to talk about this coin? No, you get jealous, you get upset. And so you start hurling insults. Wolf in sheep's clothing. You only get transparency on this channel. I've addressed every single thing that people have said about me. And when you have to go back 2 years to find things that were bad decision making, and you want to take those things and you then want to call me a fraudster and then get upset when I come back at you. What a puss. You're going to call me a fraudster. You want to question my morals. You want to question my ethics. You want to question my ability to tell the truth to people. And then you want to throw me under the bus. I address everything. The fact is, there are people out there in these communities that are so toxic for what for your coin. You have to remove these people as ambassadors. You absolutely have to. Here's why. If you're in the Cardano community, how many times have you heard someone call Charles Hoskinson a scammer? How many times? How many times have you heard people of other projects say Cardano's going to zero? Charles he's an opportunist. He's a fraudster. All he wants to do is make money. He lies about this. He lies about that. He's a chronic liar. How many times have you guys heard people say that about Charles? I've heard it numerous times. He's one of the most transparent people in crypto. And yet, all of the people on the outside, they want to call him a fraudster. How does that feel when you're in the Cardano community? Do you know the person leading your project that you love is constantly being drugged under the mud, through the mud? Why? No, nobody can really put their finger on why he's a fraudster. Nobody can really put their finger on what the specific action that he did or that he took that, suddenly he gets this label. But yet you've got one of your ambassadors out there doing the same thing to me that other people do to Charles. And people stand for it. I notice the people that support these ideas, they're all freaking nerds. Like, there's no question about that. They're all freaking nerds. You put them in a room of actual real people and they would probably just die on the spot. So, can feel pretty safe saying that these people won't ever say anything to my face. I'm very confident in that. You can't just go out there and copy and paste over and over and over again that someone's a scammer, and it doesn't make them a scammer, guys. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. If I say that this guy, I will say Fabian, if I say Fabian's a child molester, and I go and I put that on the internet, and I go and I put that on the cryptocurrency subreddit, I say, you got this guy leading your project as a child molester. Make a website that says it. That doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it true. But I could go out and do that. Anybody could go out and do that about any person. Just because the internet says something does not mean it's accurate. And what I would really, really ask you to do is look at the actual truth. Like, what is the actual truth? You can't just regurgitate stuff and throw people under the bus, and that's okay. And yet you always lean back on, oh, but here's this link where somebody else said you're a scam. How stupid. Can we please mature in this space? Can we please mature? Can we go from a place where jealousy breeds, contempt, where jealousy breeds all of this negativity we're looking at? Because if you think we're at the end of the negativity when it comes to Cardano, or the negativity of crypto, or the negativity of NFTs, I gotta tell you, you're wrong. The fact that there's so many people at this conference today, that tells me right there that there is a lot of room, for people to still drop off. The first crypto conference today is cool. I like that. But the fact is that if we don't mature in this space and we don't figure out who the enemies are, you're not going to make it. We're not going to make it if we're always finger pointing at each other because I support this project or you support that project. I like XRP. You hate XRP, so you must hate me. It doesn't have to be like that. And I would just really encourage you guys in the Cardano community to really question, how can you defend Cardano, defend Charles Hoskinson, when one of your top ambassadors is doing the same thing that we see people from outside the project do to Charles Hoskinson? I hate the word scam. I hate it. You know it's not a provable thing in court. You can't actually sue someone for saying you're a scammer. It's not a provable or a fraudster. The word fraud you might be able to actually do, but fraudster, scamster, these are not things that you can hold people liable for in court. You can't, because they're not provable definitions, they're not provable actions. And that frustrates me so much because you got so many of these people out here that need to be held accountable, and they hide behind this veil of ambiguity for the things that they say, and they can't be held accountable. It is time to start holding people accountable to the truth and start holding people accountable in the world of crypto. Is the only way we're going to move forward together. And I know that's a big, long talk. Go Cardano. We love Cardano community. That's new. Hashtag Cardano community. A lot of characters in the tweets, guys, but whatever. You hate the ADA gang, so we're going to kill the ADA gang. We're killing the ADA gang. It's over. We listen to the people. They say Cardano community. But you're going to see me a lot of these Cardano events, and we're going to be taking a bigger role in, playing a role in the actual community, not just, hey, I've got a big channel, come look at my video on Cardano. It's about more than that. And I think that when you look at Charles, like I said, someone that's very authentic, transparent, we get along very well. I felt bad because Charles had to respond to this guy like, well, just because people say something, it doesn't mean that we're not going to use that channel to get our message out. But it'd be nice to get a little stronger of a message because I'm very confident that the Cardano PR team would not be reaching out to me constantly. We made initial contact with them, but talked with them several times about different things, and that wouldn't be the case. They wouldn't be doing that if they didn't have confidence in what we're doing as a channel. And so for people that continue to bring stuff up from years and years and years ago, I would just say this. I'd say it's time to wake up to the new reality of where crypto is today, to where this channel is, and to where we're going. We got a lot more exciting stuff coming for you guys. I could really rant and ramble on about this for a long time. Hold these people accountable. Hold them accountable. You cannot have ambassadors out there. They're just spewing nonsense. That doesn't make your project look good. It makes it look exactly what the haters say it looks like. All right, guys, that is all that I got. This is a super long rant. Be blessed. Well.